When we look at the Old Testament doing the offerings to be sacrificed, he had every household to bring a lamb on the Day of Atonement. And then the priest was ready to execute justice for sin on the offering they was getting ready to bring. The priest was ordained to take the offering to the altar to sacrifice it. We got the priest who was executing the judgment on the offering. Right? Okay. He gave them the offering. God is saying, bring me a lamb. And they're going to bring it to the priest once a year for the Day of Atonement. But this is what was taking place when we're talking about faith and we're talking about righteousness. Because our faith is a righteousness of faith. That's what we are, that's what we have come through from really all the way from the garden. God has shown us a righteousness of faith. But this is what it looks like. The priest is standing to execute a righteousness on this lamb for their sin. The lamb is their point of reference of faith. Their faith is in the lamb because the lamb takes away their sin. Mm-hmm. So their reference of faith, of knowing that God said, bring me a lamb, and I'm going to forgive your sin. So the offering, which is the lamb, their faith is in this lamb that the priest is going to execute and my sins are going to be forgiven. This is what they practice for a long time. So God initiated a faith through a lamb. I'm forgiving your sins through this animal that you're going to bring to the priest. And his blood, your sins are covered. That's what the Jewish people did. But Abraham did this way before they did it. When he brought, Abraham was not ignorant of sacrifices when God told him to take his son, Isaac, to the mountain to sacrifice him to him. Now this is what got me. What I just told you. They knew that their sins were being forgiven through the death of the lamb. Abraham knew that his sins were forgiven through the death of a lamb. So what, God wasn't doing something new with him. Only thing that was new, it was the sacrifice, the offering, became his son.
Right.
So are you telling me, to sacrifice my son for my sin? That's when it gets personal. That's when it gets real. My only son that you gave me, you telling me for my sin? Yeah. So, but the thing of it is, Abraham has already built up a relationship, seen the hand of God, seen the faithfulness of God all his life that he has become, God has become his God. So he gets to this point, and so now my son life for my sin, but it was just a picture. We know that was just a picture because when he goes there, God stayed his hand, and he said, "Now I know that what he said that you love me." What was the quote?
Now I know that you love me.
And I know that you love me because you've given up your son for your sin. That has to be that. I mean, it's like even this morning in my prayer time as I was meditating on that, man, I felt that thing, bro. Thought about my own son. I have to go get my own son.
Right.
I know the sin I've done. I mean, I look at my grandson, full of life. Shut that boy, shut that. Go get your grandson. Oh God, no.